Okay, I think I'm going to start. So, hello. I'm Chris. I'm from the Aalto Fablab in Helsinki, and a few weeks ago. We started an activity that's called the Fab Academy Fridays, which is Fridays, approximately 2 hour lectures and workshops on topics that are going in parallel with the Fab Academy. That is usually going on from January to late June, and for some people even in July and longer. This week it is going to be about vinyl cutting. So we are going to look at the Roland GX-24 machine and Adobe Illustrator. So we are going to make a simple sticker design and then try to understand how to vinyl cut this sticker by using the machine that you can see now on the screen. Yeah, so let's get started. And the first thing is that we are going to need is Illustrator. So yeah, what you should get is a Creative Cloud, or you can also get separate applications. So with Creative Cloud, if you're a student or a teacher, you can get a license. You can subscribe. You can have license subscription, which is 30 euros a month. And then if you get the whole package, which includes also Photoshop, Photoshop, Illustrator, After Effects, Premiere, and all kinds of other interesting tools, then that's the package. So it's 60 euros per month. And
60 euro per month.
Yeah, 60 euros per month. And if you are an active user and you do design and you have clients, then 60 euros a month, it's like an hour of work, basically. Okay, so yeah, about outlines. So when you click on this stroke part, then you can double click and you can select the color of the stroke, which is the outline. And yeah, then you can go to properties, and you can see the properties for the stroke over here on the right side of the screen, and you can change the thickness of the outline like this. But this is going to matter only if you are doing things visually. So actually, what is important for vinyl cutting is that we have only the outline and actually not necessarily the fill. So if you click now on the fill element over here, it jumps in the foreground. And what matters for us is that we want to see only the outlines, and thus we can hit this little square icon with the red diagonal line. It is going to make the color, the fill color of the object non-existent. And then, so the vinyl cutter is not going to take into account the thickness of the lines, so the thickness of the stroke, so we can just easily leave it to 1 pixel or 1 millimeter, however we choose. So in this case, like 1 millimeter is going to be okay. Oh yeah, and then we can move those around. So again. Yeah, in order to so for the document and in the Illustrator settings, you can actually go, yeah, when you click the Illustrator menu on the top right, then there is a place where you can select the units, and yeah, and in general you can select everything to be millimeters. It depends whether you're working on something for print or vinyl cutting or the web. So for web design, what matters are the pixels. So for print and vinyl cutting, millimeters are what are important. So basically we have like a simple design that could be used for cutting. Yeah, it depends. So it's really not important. So basically the vinyl cutter is not going to take that into account. So there are other tools around here. One that might be useful. So for example, if you have a small design and you want it to fit on a specific size of a canvas, you can use the artboard tool, because canvases in Illustrator are called artboards. So when you hit this, then you can resize the existing artboard like so, or you can also create new ones like so. But in this case we just, yeah, but we don't need to do that. We just stick to the existing one. So this was just to demonstrate you the possibilities. So yeah, so let's say that this is our sticker design. So when we vinyl cut it, then it probably will look more like this with, yeah, because like the red part is going to be the sticky part of our vinyl cut sticker. And then the rest of it is going to be removed. So yeah, okay. So let's have about let's take a look at the vinyl cutter itself and how it works. So vinyl cutter is basically a knife which is driven, which moves in the along X and Y axis. So here you can see. So this blue thing is actually the knife, the one that, like the holder or the head of the knife. And the knife itself is connected over here. And then, so the y-axis is controlled by these rods, by this rod here. Here, like this rolling part, it's actually responsible for the y-axis, for the movement along the y-axis. Then this here, this blue thing, is where the knife goes. Yeah, and then the knife itself, it moves like to the left and to the right. Yeah, so that's kind of the x-axis, movement. Top, left, right, bottom. Menu button, which usually activates the menu, but the menu is already there. Then there's a force button, which allows you to control force. And then the enter button, so when you use the menu, for example, when I use this down button now, you see that the items on the menu change. So I can actually select one specific item by using the enter button. But yeah, so in order to cut with the vinyl cutter, you actually need to first choose the material. So this is like the stock of materials. This is only the visible part. We have a little bit more also under the table here, like that. And then we have also some in the box, which is more like the scrap material here. So yeah, at the lab, so whenever possible, especially if you're trying things out, it is recommended to use the scrap material from this box. And for the purpose of a test, let's choose one. So actually this piece looks exactly what we need. So we were trying to make a document that is 20 by 20 centimeters big. So this is approximately the size. So if our design is going to be smaller, then this is the perfect fit. I'm going to take this one, close the box, and let's go to the vinyl cutter again, like this. So when you take a careful look at these white lines here, yeah, these white lines are important because these are the places where the little roller wheel shouldn't be put. So on the, so you can see here closer that there are these roller wheels. So these are used to actually hold down the material. So this is the the one on the left side. And then there's another one on the right side here. So I will move it out. And then you can, like on the other side, there are actually handles that let you move this around. You can try it yourself, so to get a feel of that. If you want. Yeah, and basically you should align them so that you can actually hold down a material on the left and the right side of it.
So you shouldn't use these?
No, you should always try to keep these on. Yeah, on the white spots. So like this, and then on the bottom you also see this handle here, which is kind of, you can see the effect. So when it's in this position, then the little wheels are up, and then whenever I'm closing them, then it's kind of pressing down, and it's actually hitting this metal rod here. And this metal rod, it has also like little teeth on them, on it, and these teeth are important in order to kind of grab the material and pull it forward. So and you can see also that these teeth on the rod, they are aligned with the white lines over here, right? And then, yeah, let's open it up. Let's check the material. Put this down like this. So yeah, we need to move this a little bit in this direction, like that. And also make sure that it is moving through, like nicely, like this. And then we can clamp it down. So again, I'll move this here. You can use this in order to clamp it down. And then now at this point, what is important is to look at the menu here. And in the menu, when we use this button here, we should hit the piece item. So you can see it better here, I think, like piece. You can also you can just select the edge option, which is just going to define one edge, and you'll be able to set your origin yourself. Or a roll. So for example, if you have a bigger roll, then you can load the whole roll. But yeah, for smaller designs, and then in most cases, the piece is the most used option, because then you can specify, then you know how big is your design, and you know also how big is your material, and you know what to expect. And then if something goes wrong, then you have damaged only this much material and not more. Yeah, in order to load the piece, select the item and hit enter. And what's going to happen now, the machine is going to measure the material, and it's going to pull it in like this. You can also see that there's like a dot. There's a light sensor. So this is the way how the machine detects that the material, how big is the piece. That it pulls it in and measures how many steps it goes in. So this is a way of measuring, and then whenever the material uncovers this, then the machine knows that that it's over. And actually, you have it also on the other side. So there's also there's another one over here. Yeah, this one. And Roland is also providing us with a plugin that is called the Roland Cut Studio. So you can find it on Adobe Cloud as well. So it's for free, so no worries. And this is the tool. This is the plugin that we use also on the other computer. This is the vinyl cutting computer. And what you need to do, you need to select the model of the machine. In our case, it's a GX-24. So you don't have to do it on the other computer, because that's all preset. On Adobe My Exchange, so adobeexchange.com. So there's Roland Cut Studio. So there are two ways how to install it: by using the Creative Cloud desktop application, or you can also download the zip and install it with the help of a special tool. If you go to install issues, then you can see so there's like Anastasi's extension manager that you can download here. Basically, it took me 5 minutes to install everything. But here you don't have to install anything, because everything is set up on that computer already. You just so here you'd hit update, or if you select auto update, then yeah, it would automatically update whenever you change the design a little bit. And if the machine is connected, then you can just hit on output the paths, and going to open this menu here, and it's going to show you that the Roland machine is connected, and you'll be able to hit the cut button, and it's going to start cutting. Design, so this time I'm going to make it 15 by 15. Hit on create, then I'm going to create some text. And I'm going to give it a font. Where do I have some? Yeah, in this case it's all up here, so there are many ways of how to do it, but it's usually hidden here if you can't find it for whatever reason. So here, a character panel. Select Helvetica and bold. Yeah, and then let's create it. Let's make outlines out of it like this, and ungroup it because it creates outlines and ungroups it together. And then we can make all the same tricks that we just did. So I'm just going to combine everything together like this. And for combining everything together, again, one more time, I will repeat. You go to Window, Pathfinder, and click on this. Yeah, select all the objects, and then click on this Combine tool, or whatever tool method you wanna use. Now, if we place it on the top left corner like this, so you will see, so Roland Cut Studio is open right here, and it is previewing us this text.
The size is now physical size.
The physical size now of this all is 5 centimeters by actually 9 centimeters by the 44 centimeters. You can shrink it down also a tiny bit.
Yeah, that's
if you want, like this. Yeah, and at this point, yeah, we can hit the output paths because the machine is already calibrated, and we see that the Roland GX-24 machine is active. So zoom in with this one. Yeah. Oh no. Yes. Yeah. So, and also start cutting right away. Yeah, because the data was already sent. Okay, and now, so when it's done, then you should unload the material, and that you can do by pressing this menu button once, and it's gonna ask you to unset up. So in order to do that, hit enter, and it's gonna move the head in position, and now you can use this clamp to open up the machine, and you can see that there's text cut. And so yeah, a few more details about that. So let's just cut a rectangle by hand, so you don't necessarily need to do everything. But for example, you might, so if you take a look at the stickers on the windows, then they don't have any rectangles around them. So you can just do a little bit of cutting like this in order just to cut out the actual area. And then we have some special tools over here that can let you in a really detailed manner remove the excess material, so the material that you don't need, really carefully. And then when you see that something is already starting to remove, you just hold it down. Yeah, so there's something See, it's like a careful process, but it's not impossible. So it's actually, you can get very skilled at this. Yeah, you see, it's done. We are throwing this out, and then like the internal parts. So there are some, this little triangle here, and then E letter, and then
Nobody looks like.
S. Yeah, then
There are not so many, so
yeah, so it's also like an experiment. So maybe this week I didn't do this much to enough like advertisement, and Fridays are tricky anyway. People want to have fun in other ways, not with vinyl cutting. So now, so we have this one, and now we can use a thing that is called a transfer tape, which looks like this. This is a smaller version. If you have a bigger design, then you can use a bigger roll. So this is the smaller, yeah, the thinner, and the bigger one. So in this case, it's really small, and we can use the smaller one. So we just cut a little piece of that, like this, and then we can put it on top of this, like this. And then there's a special plastic tool that you can use. This, you could use anything else in order to make it stick better to the text, to the vinyl. And you can remove this, and now you can stick it on, for example, this ruler, or maybe not this ruler. Let's choose an object, another object, like for example this envelope here, and you can put it on like this. So the transfer tape itself, it's not that sticky, so it's less sticky than anything else, but it sticks well to the material that is used for vinyl cutting. And then you use this tool again to make the sticker itself to stick to the material, and then you can just slowly and carefully remove the transfer tape, like this. And did this answer your question, so about the spacing between the elements of texts? Yeah, so this is how it's done. Yeah. Thanks for watching, and see you next week. Next week is going to be Fab Academy Thursday.